So here's what we have. What we have today is we have some individuals that believe that they can do crime and not serve the time. And we can do it in a mixture of ways. So there are lots of women committing fraud by having excessive amount of children and no man in the house. So they'll have children to say that they have children so they don't have to work. Right? Think about that. Someone is saying, I have children so I don't have to work. And they don't consider that as a form of fraud, when that's obviously a form of fraud. So when now they get in trouble for their fraudulent behavior, then they get mad. And they don't want to pay the consequences. They complain it's always somebody else's fault, why they are having issues, why they can't do this and why they can't do that. So I have a couple of videos. I decided I wanted to do a live. As you see what the thumbnail says, no SNAP, food stamp cut off, EBT fraud and looting. So EBT fraud, food stamp fraud, SNAP fraud is where people have been applying for benefits, getting the benefits, and then selling their food stamps for cash. So they'll cash out. They'll give someone the card and say, hey, go to the store, buy what you want to buy, give me the cash. And sometimes they'll take a steep discount, right? So let's say they were getting $100 and they want cash. They'll say, give me $80 and spend $100 on the card, right? So that's a form of fraud. Or they have a ring of a bunch of individuals applying for food stamps with even different people's name, and they go out and buy a lot of groceries and then turn around and sell those groceries at a deep discount to everybody else. So there's so much fraud going on. The looting of the EBT SNAP system. All right. So let me jump into it and play this video that I have on screen.
And now, with the dependent,
let me run it back.
food stamps went from $4,400 in food stamps every month to $38. What am I supposed to get with $38 with 6 kids? How the hell am I supposed to support my kids on $38 in food stamps? Not to mention our disability checks on hold. Our Section 8, my rent isn't getting paid tomorrow. So I have to come up with $1,100. Okay? I am allergic to work. I can't work. I refuse.
She is allergic to work. Now, do you hear that? She's allergic to work. So we're supposed to work, paying the taxes. Everybody's supposed to work, paying the taxes, so she can stay at home and just pop out a bunch of children because she's allergic to work. The pride in saying that without any concern for anybody else. This woman has the temerity to say that she's allergic to work. So how must the rest of us feel when we have to go out there and bust our behinds for work? Right? This is fraud. This is looting. Let's continue.
To work. The whole reason I had kids was the amount of government benefits that you get for one child.
See?
And now, with the dependent age being 7 and younger, none of my kids are dependents now. None of them, because they're all older than 7. So how am I supposed to live? How do I feed my kids on $38? This is not okay. Not okay. My food stamps.
All right. So let me stop that one right there. Right? And I'm going to play this guy. Right? Is she loyal? Right? That's from that channel. Right? So let me jump into this. All right. So on his channel, let me go back so I can start the video from here, from where he has it started. Right. So all right.
Baby, when people be like, girl, how you get food stamps? I wish I get food stamps. Bitch, better start lying. Say, ma'am, I don't have no address. I've been homeless for 3, 4, 5 months. The police came knock on my door after I made that video. They booked me in jail for fraud.
I wonder why they put you in jail for fraud. It's almost like you stole money from government funds meant for other people. Anyway, guys, today I found the best clips of benefit freakouts online, and you definitely won't want to miss a single clip.
For me, because I've been on food stamps for the past 15 years, do you realize that I qualified for food stamps because of my income, right? Because I don't have any income. I haven't had income in the past 15 years, and I have been able to have my bills paid. My
15 years she's been on food stamp. She says that she's been able to get all of her bills paid for 15 years. 15 years on food stamp. This, we really need to bring shame back. And she's proudly going online and stating this. Right? Proudly going online and stating this. This is shameful.
Shame on you.
So when we think in terms of how, and it's a lot of the time, they always say, hey, the men are this and the men are that. Right? And then they themselves are the one that's pushing the man out of the picture, because I don't need no man mentality. Right? And then they go after the government benefits. And of course, the government say, you want the benefits, the man can't be in the house. Right? Especially for melanated people. Right? They decide to take the money and get rid of the man, because they don't want to be under anyone's, how should I say, without offending anyone. They don't want to be under anyone's direction. They want to be the ones given the direction. Right? So they go to daddy government for the money and get rid of the man, because daddy government is not going to tell them what they're going to do. Daddy government is going to reward them for their family destruction and protect them when we as men speak out about that. Right? So, let's continue.
food paid for, and I'm in Section 8 housing. Okay? These are all programs that I'm entitled to because I do not make enough. Okay? So, tell me why I get this letter in the mail today telling me that I have to freaking show up for 15 hours a week, okay? 15 hours I'm gonna have to take out of my time to go and do what? Some hours? I have to put in some effort so I can get food stamps? Are you kidding me? Like I don't already have enough responsibility. I have things that I do every single day, like my rituals, my daily self-care. Okay, that's taken away from myself. How is that right? Why should I have to contribute so that I can receive my $2,700 in food stamps each month? Why should I have to do these things so that I can continue living rent free? Does that make any sense to you? Is there some way that I can get out of doing this shit? Because it is uncalled for. Absolutely.
This might be a crazy idea, but it's almost as if you don't have an income because you don't work. So the least that this woman could do is show up for 15 hours.
So it's going to be $400 even.
I can't believe thanks to this content creator for putting this compilation together, right? But the fact that she said that she has rituals to do and she has to do them because they are more important than going to take care of the business with the government for her benefits. She says that she has better things to do. This is crazy. Let's continue.
Card or cash?
EBT.
You said EBT?
EBT.
We don't take EBT here. It's not a food store.
Bro. They take EBT everywhere else. Come on now.
Yeah, but this is hair, not food.
Scamming in her.
No, we're not scamming, yo. You could try it, yo. It's not.
So now I'm gonna use this everywhere else, but I can't use it here.
Because, yo, it's not a food store.
What the heck?
What?
She says, bruh. They take EBT everywhere. And look at the expression on her face. I don't think this is AI. I really don't think this is AI. She tried buying $400 worth of weave with her EBT card. This chick is crazy. I can't believe that she is going in the hair salon wanting to buy vanity to put on her head, looking like she ate all the pork chops in the store. Man. Let's continue.
Like, you can only buy food with it.
Bro, this is rashes.
Okay, yeah, but this is a hair store side. It's not food. You can't.
Do I need snapping her?
I mean, yo, you can do whatever, yo, but like we can't take EBT.
Yeah, bro, I'm stressed out. You either gonna take the card or what? Like,
Sorry, I can't do it, yo.
I'm taking these braids out tonight. I need my bundles done tonight.
I mean, I could try to hook you up, but we can't take EBT, yo.
Alright, bro. Alright.
Hey, yo, come back, yo.
I have no idea why there are even videos like
She grabbed the hair. Let's go back for a second. Watch this. She is going to grab the hair and walk out.
Hey, yo, come back, yo.
I have no idea why there are even videos like this popping up, because it's always been a known fact that EBT is food stamps, and obviously you don't need to be spending $400 on hair. The fact that you would even think about doing this instead of buying the essentials, aka food, in order to survive is insane.
One thing for sure, two things for certain. I might not get no food stamps, but let me tell you, baby, I don't play when it's time to come to my kids, because they gonna eat all the time. They cut my food stamps, y'all, and I had to spend cash. But baby, don't you ever get it twisted.
All junk.
Ever get it twisted. You feel me? Because
All
they
junk.
going to eat all
junk. Nothing good. I don't know about you, but for me personally, that's a bad mother. Sugar, salt, diabetes, high blood pressure, hypertension.
Guilty.
She is Guilty as charged.
Effing time.
Your phone can instantly turn into a tablet.
Let's
This is
skip
a phone
this.
screen magnifier. Just put your phone in.
Don't play with me. I'ma feed mine. Looking
Ooh.
like a whole snack. And I got some oxtails cooking in the bag, you feel me? And my kids want some chicken nuggets, fat and moussa. I spent $441 cash.
Maybe it's a good thing that your food stamps got cut off because you purely basically just bought junk food. You can see the frozen meals and brownies piling up in her freezer and the pantry. Not only do these things cost more than actual food, but they're definitely not healthy for you either.
Here are 4 reasons on why I will never get a job. Number 1, if I get a job, they will cut off my food stamps. And I'm not gonna fucking risk that shit. How dumb would I be to get a job and then they're either gonna cut my stamps in half or take them away completely? Not gonna happen. Then that means that I have to take out money from my pocket to pay for food. No thanks. Number 2, I am not a morning person. There is no way that you'll see me awake before 11 o'clock. It's just not gonna happen. And that morning traffic is ridiculous. So no, I'd rather be in bed. 3rd reason why I don't work or I'm not gonna ever work is because then I would have to pay bills. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna work just to pay rent, pay utilities. Not gonna happen. My husband could do all that. No thanks. I'd rather spend my money going out, eating, buying stuff, not paying bills. So what's the point of working if I have to waste it on bills? Just not gonna happen. And the 4th reason is because I am allergic to responsibilities. Every time I try, it's just, no. I break out in hives. Like, I'm literally allergic to it. I just can't do it. So at the end of the day, why waste energy working when the government sends me checks to live my best life?
Alright, so I'm pretty sure this woman is about to have a huge wake-up call because not only will she not get benefits after they shut down, but if she gets investigated, it's a clear case of fraud.
Ooh, y'all, I'm so hurt. I was just finna get a motherfucking raise on my stamps. Do y'all know how much money I was finna get for November? Them motherfuckers was finna give me $994. Oh! Boy, it was gonna be a happy motherfucking Thanksgiving around this bitch.
She has a really potty mouth. I'm not saying a woman shouldn't use profanity. Many do. Even some of the holiest people out there that I personally know, when they get angry to a point, they have used profanity. Whether they say bitch, fuck, they use some form of profanity, right? So I'm not saying that a woman can't use profanity, but when every other word that comes out of her mouth is a profanity, that's disgusting. And they think it's cool. They think it's so cool, right? And these are the very same people that always police the way another person speaks. The very people that don't like to be spoken to a certain way will speak to people a certain way. But just the words that are coming out of her mouth, damn, that's bad.
Alright, so I don't know how big this woman's family is, but $1,000 in groceries in a month is way more than enough money to cover the essentials.
This video goes out to all the people that went out and voted for Donald Trump. Especially all you people receiving EBT, Medicaid, food stamps.
Yeah, I want to hear what she's really going to say now about Donald Trump. I think some of these folks that is spewing this Donald Trump mania, right, where everything is the president, and it's not necessarily true. There are other people that's involved. So let's go back and hear what she has to say. Wow.
Y'all voted for Donald Trump, and now, guess what? We got to go back to work. To qualify for EBT and food stamps, you have to be working 30 hours a week. I got 5 kids. I can't work 30 hours a week. Who's
Wow.
gonna take care of my kids? Y'all done fucked around and found out. Now fuck it up for everybody. You mean to tell me I gotta go back to work and I got 5 kids? Who's gonna take care of these 5 kids? I got $72 to last me on this EBT card, and then it's done. It's done, and I gotta find a job.
So you kick the man out of the house, I assume, because typically that's what this type of woman do, right? These liberal type of women do, right? They kick the man out of the house and say it's the man's fault why they're alone, and they go to daddy government and they pop out a bunch of kids for a bunch of different men and don't go to work and complain that they have 5 children. No one told you to have 5 children. It's your body, your choice. You can make the determination of how many children you want to have. Right? Hey, a woman can have as many children as she wants to have. Especially if you're with one guy and both of you decide that you're going to have a bunch of children, that's fine. However, don't complain because you have 5 children.
Thanks a lot, and fuck you to anybody that voted for Donald Trump. Shame on you. Now we gotta go back to work.
30 hours a week is borderline a part-time job. That really isn't anything crazy, and most Americans work more than 40 hours a week. And it might be a crazy concept for her, but most Americans and people in the world just work. They don't rely on the government to supply them everything in life.
Americans, y'all need to be careful this weekend. Let me explain why. A bunch of people are about to lose EBT. Now, if EBT goes away this weekend, a lot of people have said that they're going to go raid their local stores and maybe even their neighbors' homes. They're going to feed their babies one way or another because that's America's responsibility. The taxpayers' responsibility is to take care of them. And if they're not going to do that through EBT, they're going to do that by donating their own stuff. That's the general sentiment. This weekend, we're going to have a ton of Americans that are going to go absolutely ballistic in the streets. What this means for you is, one, you might want to go do your grocery shopping. Unfortunately, I hate to be that guy and incite panic buying, but you might want to get some stuff. Don't go clear out the shelves, but make sure that you have food for the next week or two until this boils over. Now, if there's mass civil unrest this weekend, government responses are going to be a little bit slow because of, the government shutdown. What this means is we're in a period of very heightened vulnerability, and there's going to be a lot of bad actors out there on the streets taking advantage of it. You need to be very, very careful of where you go and when you go if this starts to pop off. If you see that EBT is actually getting canceled, you might want to, stay home for a little bit. It could end up being nothing, but it could end up being the start. All I'm saying is be aware. This is a very dynamic environment, and you need to know what is happening around you. I love you. Pay attention. Be blessed.
So it's an absolute shame that we have to even worry about problems like this, but unfortunately, he is correct. In some areas, crime could definitely become rampant. So I just hope everyone watching is staying safe.
Somebody reported me to the state of Michigan because I'm making money on TikTok.
There it is. She's blaming someone for reporting her. Now, I have to say it again. I appreciate this content creator, right? From Is She Loyal? Go check out that channel. But she's going to blame someone now. I haven't watched any of these videos, guys. I don't know what they're like. I can't say I can't say that I've reviewed any of them. I am just experiencing it the same time that you are. So let's hear what she has to say. But let's see how much accountability she takes.
And I drive a 2024 BMW.
Whoa!
They have cut my food stamps from almost $4,000 a month down to $88 a month. They are telling me if I want a review that I have to sell my car. So you're telling me if you were on welfare, food stamps, cash assistance, Section 8, you can't drive a nice car?
Wow. Do you see the entitlement? So let's say someone earns about $60,000 a year. And from that $60,000, they're paying taxes. So let's say from the $60,000, they're going to pay about $12,000, right? So that's going to leave them with $42,000. And then they have to pay rent, buy grocery, buy gas, and any other emergencies that may come up. And she is getting food stamps and driving a car that's $44,000 and asking that why she can't drive a luxury car. Is this really what's going on? I shouldn't ask that question, because when I used to do property management, it was an income restricted property. Several of them over years, over a 9-year period. And you can't make more than $27,000 a year, right? If you're in, let's say, a 2-bedroom, and if you're in a 3-bedroom, you have to at least have 3-4 children in a 3-bedroom, right? Let's say you have yourself and 3 children, 2 in one, the two small one in one, and the oldest one in one, right? Then your income can be $33,000. How I didn't understand this is how they do it, because I used to see Benz, BMWs, Jaguars, right, Audis pulling in the apartment complex, and I used to think, oh, maybe it's a visitor. But I started seeing the very people that would come and sign their lease getting out of these cars, and it's their car, because they have been scamming the food stamp system for a very long time. They've been looting the food stamp system. All right, so let's continue.
They are forcing me to sell my brand new BMW, or I lose almost $4,000 in food stamps. Not only that, they have taken my cash assistance totally away. They are telling me that Section 8 will no longer be paying 95% of my rent.
100% agree.
So I will have to pay a little over $400 a month now instead of $60.
Obviously, if you're receiving assistance from the government, that money is not meant to be going to a super expensive brand new vehicle. You can buy an old, reliable, used vehicle instead, and a new BMW is quite literally the opposite of that.
So I'm a low-income girly. I've been on food stamps on and off for the better part of like 6 years. I moved out of my parents' house when I was 20, so I'm 26 now. So I've been on food stamps for about that long. I've been on food stamps for about 6 months because I got a new job like 5-6 months ago and I knew I wasn't gonna qualify. Tell me why I got this fucking letter saying that I owe food stamps $2,095. What the fuck? They also don't give any options for like payment plans on here, or they didn't tell me why. They were just like, oh, just pay this balance or it's gonna get taken out of your next year's tax return. Bitch, the fuck? And the letter came from the collection agency, the government collection agency of food stamps. Like, they have their own collection agency. Also, how evil do you have to be to work that job? Like, I just want to know. Like, most people who have food stamps are not like well off enough to even be paying $2,000. Like, most of them don't have $2,000 in their bank account. I know, I sure as hell don't. Like, since when did food stamps become a loaning service? Since when do I have to pay this shit back? Like, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, there's no way.
I'm sorry to break it to her, but the reason why she got the letter is she spent money that wasn't hers. If she put her income as something lower than what she actually made, then it only makes sense that you have to pay that amount back if you lied about it.
Y'all hear me? Because of this government shutdown, they telling me I can't use my EBT in November. I got 7 kids with 7 men. 7! And that's the taxpayer's responsibility, okay? Y'all
It's a crazy idea, but it's not the taxpayer's responsibility if you can go out and work.
Whoa. Let me go back, because I can't believe what I just heard. Let's just go back.
I got 7 kids with 7 men.
7 kids with 7 men. Just look in the background. Look in the background. Do you see how messy the house is? These children are young. That means as one come out, boom, she's on her back again. 7 kids with 7 men yelling and screaming at the camera at us, saying that we are supposed to be taking care of these 7 kids. Is she serious?
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying?
This is just crazy. But let's continue.
7, and that's the taxpayer's responsibility, okay? Y'all.
It's a crazy idea, but it's not the taxpayer's responsibility if you can go out and work.
I'm still on food stamps. Yes, I make over $100,000 a month, and I can show you receipts. And yes, I still swipe a motherfucking food stamp card at Kroger and Walmart.
Do you see? Guys, do you see? Do you see? This guy looks like he's iced out. Sir Bling a lot. Say, this is what it reads. Bro makes 100,000 a month, but still on food stamps, and he has the audacity to be online recording this. That will never go away. It will always be online because somebody will always snip it and put it out. This type of person should be charged for fraud. This person should be charged for fraud because what he's doing is criminal. He is robbing the system, scraping everything that he can get out of the people that really needs it. Because there's some people out there that legitimately needs the money, but then there's some people that will abuse it. I remember when I was young, my mom had food stamp, and I remember when she asked me to go to the store. She actually asked my sisters to go to the store, and they didn't want to do it. Right? And she asked me, and I went to the store. Right? Because of the embarrassment that was behind it. You having food stamps. But, wait, guess what? We needed food. My mom didn't have a job. My father and her were going through crisis. They were breaking up. I was 16 going on 17. I was closer to 17 actually at the time. Right? And I tell you this. Give me a second, guys. Let me just check something here. I tell you this, that I went in, I had my head down, but then I realized the crisis that we were in. I had to do it, but I think my mom was on food stamp for only 6 months, maybe 9 months, and then she was off of it. Right? But then when you have a guy that's saying that he earns $100,000 a month and he's still on food stamp, this is a criminal. But let's continue. Wow.
Walmart for my motherfucking food.
A criminal.
Fucked up growing up. So if I can still have my food stamp plug that I pay $200 and she give me $400 in food stamps, yes, I'm going to use it, stupid motherfucker. I don't give a how much money I make. I still need to get my $400 a month for my food stamp plug. I'ma still pay half price. Why? because I'm a young nigga and I come from a rough background.
So there is a difference between being frugal and committing fraud, and this man is doing the latter, obviously. This man has an iced out watch and chain on, making $100K a month, and he can't spend the extra $200 on groceries. And he's just taking away from Americans who actually need it.
Did y'all hear about the lady that committed welfare fraud? So she would go to Walmart every month and purchase 100 cans of soda, and then she would dump the cans in Walmart parking lot and then sell the cans for money. And one day somebody called the police on her. Now she's been doing this for months and months and months, probably a few years. And someone one day called the cops, and the cops came and said, what are you doing? Like, why are you dumping? She's like, I'm dumping the soda so I can sell the cans. They're like, but it's costing you more money to buy the soda than you'll get back on the cans. And she's like, no, I'm buying them with my food stamps. So she snitched on herself. And these cops said, that's fraud. And she's like, how is that fraud if I'm buying it with my food stamps? So this woman really went to jail and got arrested for food stamp fraud, and she has to pay back like $23,000.
So I don't know what she expected to happen, but obviously she would not only have to pay that back, but obviously she would get in trouble for it too. And it's crazy how people are snitching on themselves as easily as this. But guys, just wait until this insane last clip.
Baby, when people be like, girl, how you get food stamps? I wish I get food stamps. Bitch, better start lying. Bitch, lady called me and said, ma'am. I said, yes, ma'am. She gonna say, what's your address? I said, ma'am, I don't have no address. I've been homeless for 3, 4, or 5 months. I have nothing. My family won't let me stay with them, ma'am. I'm starving. While I'm kicked back in a motherfucking 3-bedroom and everything, living lovely. Then she gonna say, ma'am, what's your job title? I say, ma'am, they won't hire me anywhere. I don't have no job. I've been putting application after application and just like nothing work. Yeah, that lady was on the phone. She said, ma'am, I'm so sorry for all of this that you're going through. She said, we just shipped your card out. You should have about $1,000 on your card from last month and this month, and your balance and your payment every month is gonna be $300. And I was like, thank you so much, ma'am. Like, you just don't understand how hungry I've been. Let me tell y'all something. This was wrong with y'all. I know y'all mama ain't tell y'all. You don't gotta tell everybody the motherfucking truth.
A few moments later.
Y'all, why the fuck the police came knock on my door?
Yeah.
After I made that video about the food stamp. They fucking booked me in jail for fucking fraud. I'm currently walking down the streets because bitch, as soon as they released me, bitch, I got I'm waiting on my mama to pull up in my car and pick me up. I didn't make it to a damn neighborhood down the street from the motherfucking jailhouse. I don't know what the fuck, man. I'm just keep pushing. Like, what the fuck? Like, I cannot believe this happened, y'all. Do not lie. I swear to God, this shit caught up to me so fast. I literally just was talking about this on TikTok the other day. Now look at me. So not only do I owe them $35,000, I'm literally fighting this fucking case. Like, where I'm gonna get the money from, y'all? I was just hungry as fuck. I don't have money to keep buying food. Like, what the fuck?
So if she owes them $35K, then obviously she's been doing this for years now, and that's years of money stolen from people who actually would have needed the food stamps. And
when you say you shouldn't have kids if you can't afford them,
let's continue with
that is
this.
the whole reason we have the kids. Do you understand that? Do you understand that one child equals a certain amount of food stamps? One child equals a certain amount of cash benefits.
Is she saying the quiet part out loud?
Yes.
Doom scrollers, welcome back for another video. I regret to inform you that this one might ruin your day. This one might make you more upset than you've been in a long time. And don't get mad at me. I'm just the one that is showcasing what is already out there. Today we're getting into our favorite topic. We're being the police. We are exposing food stamp fraud because I want you guys to know where your taxpayer dollars are going. So without further ado, let's get into it. I think we're discipling kids into the poverty, okay? But y'all go ahead and watch this and you let me know if you think this is funny or not.
Hello, is this the food stamp office?
Yes, ma'am, this is the food stamp office.
What do I gotta do to get some stamps? Because y'all denied me 5 times.
Ma'am, did you apply online?
You know damn well I did.
Okay, and you were denied?
And that's what I said?
Well, ma'am, calm down first. You don't have to have no attitude.
I'm hungry. Everything in the world is hot. I need some stamps.
Okay, ma'am, let me view your account. Just a second. Yes, ma'am, it say you were denied because...
They are actually training the children to do this. This is bad. This is bad. Wow.
Of your income, you have too much income.
How? I don't even got no income.
Well, it says that you have income, ma'am, and you have too much.
Damn, what's too much income? $1?
And the attitude, it's already there. You can see it's a learned behavior. Look at the attitude. She can't be more than about, I would say, 5 years old, 6 at the most. And the attitude is already there. She's been taught how to do this. So by the time she's old enough, I just don't want to think about it. I just don't want to think about it.
Ma'am, I have no idea. It just say that you make too much income. That's why you were denied.
So I'm just supposed to starve to death.
I mean, ma'am, I have no idea what to tell you. Get a job.
No, do your job and give me some damn stamps.
Ma'am, you have a good day, all right? Because I cannot go back and forth with you about food stamps.
Ma'am, this don't make no goddamn sense. I don't get nothing but disability.
Yes, ma'am, and your disability check is too much to get stamps.
But it's all government assistance.
Well, ma'am, you do not qualify. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Get your ass on my phone.
Wow.
Wow. There you have it, America. The next generation. Here we go. Child rearing. Discipleship. Raising your kids. More is caught than taught, y'all. And what you praise is what you're going to get out of them. Because we want to kiki and haha and get some views on TikTok, we got this little girl acting way too grown. Way too grown for her age. So
yes.
Grown-ups can kiki and haha about it, not knowing that this girl is getting the positive reinforcement for negative behavior, and she's going to grow up and be just like all the people that is frustrating the rest of the taxpayers. And it's really not going to even be her fault, until she's old enough to take responsibility. It's going to be the entire system around her that failed. I know y'all like to laugh and joke about stuff like this, but I'll die on this hill. This ain't funny.
It's not funny at all.
Around this girl's age, they don't even know these words. I'm pretty sure they've never even heard these words in their life. And some people might say, oh, you're sheltering them. You're sheltering them. What happened to protecting a kid's innocence? Why is it funny? Why are adults, grown adults out here getting laughs at kids acting grown?
Exactly.
It's funny, y'all. And the most unfunny thing about it is the consequences of the behavior. But this is the next generation that has been used as a spectacle for TikTok. And they're going to grow up and they're going to act like this. And they're just going to burden the system. They're going to burden themselves. They're going to end up making bad decisions. And maybe I'm just taking it too far. But let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? Was that funny? Was that funny? Maybe I need to ease up. I need to ease up. Maybe I'm a prune. Maybe I'm a prune. Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think about this?
No, man. You're definitely not a prune. You're definitely not a prune, man. You see what we all are seeing. You have experienced and experiencing what we all have seen and is experiencing. How dare she sat and record her child speaking this way? She can't be more than about 6 years old at the most. With the attitude. Oh man, this is sick.
This video.
When you say you shouldn't have kids if you can't afford them, that is the whole reason we have the kids. Do you understand that? Do you understand that one child equals a certain amount of food stamps? One child equals a certain amount of cash benefits. All the programs that
is she saying the quiet part out loud?
Yes, man.
You are eligible for, based on the number of children you have, is astronomical. I have 6 children. 4 baby fathers. I get 4,000 food stamps. I get 2,000 cash benefits. And I pay $87 a month for my 3-bedroom, 2-bath trailer because I'm on Section 8. I have 6 kids. If I didn't have those 6 kids, I wouldn't get the food stamps. I wouldn't get the cash benefits. And I definitely would not be on Section 8. We have the kids so we can get more benefits.
They are starting to ban some things.
It's not about limiting personal choice, but taxpayer dollars should not subsidize unhealthy eating habits that contribute to preventable health conditions and place additional strain on Texas's healthcare system.
The Senate passing a bill which bars people from using SNAP benefits to buy highly processed items like chips, sodas, energy drinks, cookies, and candy. So the bill overwhelmingly passed the Senate yesterday and now heads to the House. Even if this bill is signed into law, the state will have to ask the federal government for permission to put state restrictions on a federal program.
So what do you guys think about the ban? I know from our past research, there have been a lot of comments that were really upset about what's been going on in the food percent program. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull up some of these right now. So here we have some of the top comments from our latest video. We were exposing the worst food stamp fraud in America by far. Actually, this video might take the cake, but the top comment right here, we got D-Long. I remember people used to be ashamed to be on food stamps and welfare. Now it's a flex. It's there to help and supplement, not for this nonsense. Low life's going to cause honest people to lose benefits. Kathy, I think that you might be right.
Because these, like using his words, low lives are going out there and putting all this information out. There's a saying, the good suffer for the bad. The good suffer for the bad. Remember that. Because the good people out there that really need these benefits, and they're not gaming the system, they're not committing any fraud, right? Let's say they're on food stamps, SNAP, for over a year, 2 years. And they legitimately need the help. Excuse me. And at the same time, they are working at their best to get off of the benefits. But then the ones out there that are gaming the system constantly, year over year over year, driving expensive cars, getting food stamp benefit, cash benefits, and just gaming the system. It's a flex for them to do that, right? Like, I personally know someone that have gotten food stamps, and I used to, she looks glamorous with her weave, and I'm not a guy, I don't like fake hair, but for all intensive purpose, glamorous with her weave, her drip, her clothes, her drip is nice, right? The car that she's driving is the latest model car, and I thought she was paying for this stuff on her own. Come to find out, she was on food stamps. Food stamps. All right. Let's continue.
How is it they can afford fancy hairdos, fake eyelashes, designer purses?
I just said it.
Yet need the government for assistance with EBT? That's a good question. That is a good question. So technically we are the food stamp police. So in the next clip, I wanted to show you guys maybe the food stamp defender.
Hey, you heard they're taking soda away from people who use food stamps? Goddamn right, I heard it. And they doing the right thing. How are they doing the right thing? Like, why does it matter?
Because they're using my tax dollars to sit up there and get sugary drinks and sweets and stuff, and I don't like that.
Your tax dollars? Like, just yours? Like, they didn't put in any money for it at all? Like, they've never worked a day in their life? Is that what you're trying to insinuate?
What are you even talking about? What do you mean?
Honestly, in some cases, that's exactly what we are. Not even.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. In many cases, many cases, They have never worked a day in their lives. They've just been fraud in the system, as much benefits as they possibly can, popping out a bunch of children, 6 children for 4 different baby fathers, or 7 children for 7 different baby fathers, and have never worked in a day in their lives. And you can see, based on the previous video that I played, right, as a part of this clip, right, that they're already teaching the babies how to do it, right? They're teaching the babies how to do it. Let's continue.
Even insinuating that is what we are declaring. Declarative sentence. Some of these people had never worked a solitary day in their life. So no, they did not put anything into the pot.
Exactly. Exactly. They did not put anything in the pot.
I think this commercial will change your life. The #1 investment that you can make is in your smile. Guys, I get it.
But let me finish.
People on food stamps have jobs. A lot of people on food stamps have jobs. If everyone doesn't, but that doesn't really mean they shouldn't be able to fucking have food stamps. And it doesn't mean that you're, what do I want to say, paying for their whole fucking life or anything. So you're saying my money and their money goes into it. That's exactly what I'm saying. So why the fuck can't they use their money to buy?
These people's mouths are crazy. People talk like this for real in the real world? What?
A fucking soda. Because they're poor and I don't want them to have shit.
I'm not going to even say nothing. I'm not going to even say nothing. What do you guys think? Does he have a point? Is he right? Is he wrong? And why? So now it's time to hear from our favorite food stamp employee. He's always got some crazy stories.
Day, I truly don't even know, working for the food stamp office from home. I gotta take my glasses off. Y'all got my head hurting. I don't know what it is about Fridays or why y'all call with the most attitude on Fridays, but I'm sick of it. Had a woman call me. I give her my script, asked her what service she's calling about. She says food stamps. I said, okay, could I start by getting your first and last name? She tells me I can't get shit. Well, neither can you, because how am I supposed to help you if I can't verify your information? She's popping off at the mouth. I let her finish. I say, ma'am, per protocol, unless I verify your information, I cannot help you. I just have a general question. What do you mean you can't help me? Once again, ma'am, per protocol. She argues. She ends up giving me her stuff. I verify her information. She goes, well, can I answer my question? Well, can I ask my question now? I say, yes, ma'am, you can ask your question. She took a deep breath and asked me, does food stamps cover wet dog food? Now, you know damn well, oh my God, you know it don't. Food stamps is for humans, not dogs. I do hope your dog eat, but you really took me through all of that for this. I need to get off.
Oh my goodness. Dog stamps, everybody trying to get a hold of this. All right, guys, that's funny, but this next person doesn't think it's funny at all. In fact, they want you to stop hating on people who are getting food stamps. Roll it.
You know how idiotic of a person you gotta be to hate on somebody that gets food stamps and free housing and don't want work? It's almost as idiotic as us getting up every morning and going to do a job that's gonna take half of our paycheck.
She's saying this stuff is idiotic. She also slid that don't want to work in there. Let me go ahead, reverse. She thought she was slick by sliding that don't want to work in there. So I got to just roll that back. I'm not going to talk, all right?
To hate on somebody that gets food stamps and free housing and don't want work. It's almost as idiotic as us getting up every morning and going to do a job that's going to take half of our paycheck.
Yes.
When you walk into the grocery store and you pay $10 for an apple, how could you hate on the motherfucker that get it for free? In a country where our people put in blood, sweat, tears, and work. How?
Easy, but
everybody can't go. Matter of fact, you could do the same thing if you decided to just say, fuck it. I'm going to just live off the government.
If you just decide to not have any dignity or self-respect, you could just, I'm just going to let other people take care of me.
Yeah.
Everybody else be danged. Everybody else who's working and making an honest wage, doing an honest day's work, everybody else be danged. Forget your kids. I'm just going to live off of your efforts.
It ain't for everybody. I wouldn't do it, but I damn sure ain't finna hate on the next woman that's doing it. Come on now. Have you seen childcare prices? Lord forbid a mama actually try to go to work. She can't even afford childcare. So respectfully, when a mama decides to stay home, I get it.
But you don't stay home and continue just birthing babies.
Exactly.
You can't take care of the ones that you got.
Exactly.
Listen to the arguments that people making. You talking about people hating, but y'all got to start making sense. This is the problem. People aren't making sense and thinking rationally and end up in these situations where you got to look like a clown defending them. This is foolish thinking. Don't listen to this. This is foolish. We are not bad for not wanting people to take advantage of a system that we pay into. That doesn't make us bad. That makes the person who's taking advantage of it bad for taking advantage of it. Guys, the blame shifting is insane.
Insane, for real.
About it. How can y'all look at somebody in this country where you can't even go to the hospital for free and get mad because they get food stamps, government assistance from the same government that fucks you every day? At least somebody is getting some benefits from it. What's not cooking?
I'm programming.
And my passion is to alleviate arthritis pain using nothing but natural methods. Can you guess the top 3 foods that
The programming is horrific. The programming is horrific. Just to think about that mindset. They're saying that the government has taken from us. Yes, many of us understand what you mean. Right? So I guess that's your form of reparations. That's something to talk about. That's actually something to talk about. So I guess, based on what she said, is as if food stamp is a form of reparations. And so they must do what they're doing because they are taking their reparations. Yes. That makes sense to me as to why they're doing it. Food stamp is a form of reparations. Wow. Let's get back to the video.
I gotta see these comments. If I get free housing and food, why should I work when I can get money by relying on the government assistance? Make it make sense, okay? They be so mad, like I don't get it. EBT talking. I don't see the problem. A quick Google search will tell anybody who gets the most government assistance. They mean the white people are getting more government assistance than black people. That's what that means. Y'all can have a field day with that. I think it's because some of them don't try to help themselves or their kids. Those kinds of assistance are meant to be part-time, not full-time. I don't know their situation, so I can't say. Okay, let's see. Let's see the reply. Come on, come on. Who said that? It's for as long as they can keep approving them. What? I see that the rest of my comment got removed. Typical. The government says it's not meant to last forever. Obviously, they're still going to get it if they need it. Yeah. These do not pass the vibe check, except for this last one. You obviously do not work. She said, nah, you work for me. That's diabolical. That is diabolical. That's a great comeback, but that is diabolical. And that's the kind of stuff that be making us mad, though, because not only are you doing it, but you parading it, you getting on TikTok, promoting it, telling other people to do it, and then you laughing in people's face saying, you work for me. That's why we don't have sympathy. That right there, that attitude, that demeanor, the lifestyle, the worldview, the everything. It's everything that's wrong with the country. I'm sorry. It just is. But did y'all know that people were out here actually stealing food stamps?
I was scammed of my EBT food stamps. They even took the cash assistance.
Wow.
Tuesday, I was supposed to get my food stamps. Go to the store, swipe, and it keeps getting declined. Call the 1-800 number. It tells me I have $0. I'm like, that's impossible. Call the number to get in contact with my caseworker. I'm on hold for like 20 minutes. They were like, we'll call you back. They don't call me all day. I get the phone call from the lady while I'm on the train trying to go to Brooklyn. Mind you, I live in the Bronx, so I can get this situated because I'm thinking I need a new card. She tells me she can't hear me. I tried yelling everything, can't hear me. I'm like, fuck it. Try to call back, about to go underground. I wait 3 hours at the HRA. Hella ghetto, very crazy. They come and tell me that I've been scammed, and they cleared out my cash assistance and my food stamps.
I know a lot of times we focus on the negativity, the rage bait, but I wanted to share with you guys something encouraging, a personal testimony from someone who was on food stamps in a terrible situation and was able to work their way out of it.
Here's my testimony, just a small bit of my life. When I was 18 years old, my dad had a rule that if you're going to live in his house past the age of 18, because at that point you're grown, the responsibility of taking care of your child in that manner is no longer there, that I had to have a job and I had to financially contribute to the house. Or I had to be in college with a part-time job pursuing a career. I personally did not want to go to college, so I decided to do the work route. And I was working at a college in the cafeteria part-time. And I was paying the bills my dad had required, or like the amount that he required, but I didn't have much left over for me to begin building a life for myself. Little did I know, making that decision of keeping a part-time job and not pursuing a job that could make it to where I could eventually move out and afford to live on my own ended me homeless by my decision. Something was said to me to where I just chose to leave to respect my parents' home, and I ended up homeless at the age of 18. I share that little tidbit of my life to say this. My dad could have easily changed his requirements in his home and changed, took back what he said to me that made me leave, because I want to emphasize again, he didn't tell me to leave. I chose to leave because I didn't like what was said to me and I wanted to respect my parents. But he could have easily changed his regulations to make my life easier, but he didn't. That decision to leave my parents' house at 18 vaulted me into who I am today. When I left my dad's house, I was jumping from friends' houses to my grandma's house. It was like a good year and a half, I believe, that I was like technically homeless because I had no place to call home and I was living out of my suitcase. And then, I'll share the rest of the story another time if you guys would like. But long story short, I ended up living with my grandma and I ended up having my first big girl job with Wells Fargo and starting a career. So now let's bring what I'm trying to say full circle. A lot of people are seeing the situation of no longer being able to be on food stamps. Now, listen to the requirements. It's for the people who are able-bodied, meaning there's absolutely nothing wrong with you as to why you should not be getting up and going to work. And number two, they have no dependents. So there's no scheduling reason, no babysitting. There's no reason why you should be getting food stamps and you're an able-bodied person with no dependents, okay? So for my people who are making this seem like a bad thing, I need you to stop. Because from my experience in life, when pressure is applied, you either crack and crumble, or you put pressure back and you get up and you do what you need to do to succeed. I don't know very many successful people who crack under pressure. So if you're one of those people who food stamps is now being taken, God has to make you uncomfortable to get you to the next place in which he has for you to be. So see this as a blessing and a motivation to get off of whatever you're sitting on and get on your feet and start, putting back into society what you took, because that's other people being able to pay into the fact that you get food stamps. So you're paying forward back into what you took when you were on food stamps, and you're also building a life in which you can sustain for yourself to where you're not depending on the government to feed you. I'm gonna leave you with these last two things. Number one, last I checked, the Bible says that those who do not work do not eat. And those who are lazy, poverty will jump on their back like a thief in the night. Look around you, with all you having being food stamps and whatever else you're doing to make money. Is that enough? Why are you okay with living with the bare minimum?
Come on now.
Why are you okay living a life in which someone else can dictate whether or not you eat? Because right now you have set yourself in a situation that since the government said no more, you no longer have the financial stream that you need to feed yourself and your family if you have one. Don't ever get complacent in life depending on anything but God. I love y'all. That's it. That's all.
Let's go. What more needs to be said? She said it all. I mean, that's it. That's all. Sister. Yes. Wow.
Nothing more needs to be said. She brought it home. She brought it home. Man. And on that note, guys, let me tell you, that was a good ending, right? And on that note, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to end it here because that for me was a good ending, and I appreciate the fact that she laid it out like that. She laid it out like that.
Good job, buddy. You did it.
Yes, she laid it out. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Right? And peace, love, and respect. And remember, it doesn't matter what's going on out there in the world. There's always something going on. And if you just go along with what's going on, you might end up regretting it. So take my advice. Remember, always question everything, because if you don't, you may fall for anything. Think and say, have a good day.